when you want.
Terry Hutchinson, if I was going to describe the last couple of days of sailing, watching the Americans, efficiency would be the word I would use. You look like you've got the most out of both days that we've had so far.
Yeah. First day we went out in that really tough offshore breeze, and we did a little bit of damage to boat one's rig, which was why we didn't get to two boat yesterday. So that was a bit disappointing. But yesterday they made the most of it, and today again I think we made the most of it. Got out there and met the breeze and did what we needed to do, and cycling through the sail stuff, the flight control stuff, all the things that go into racing the boats well. But
you mentioned flight control then. Are the guys sailing the boat manually? They're not using the autopilot at this point?
We're doing a combination of everything. So, it's a gradual progression, and we know where we have to go, so might as well just start doing it.
When we've been watching over the last couple of weeks, it's been very hard to detect any real difference between the performance of the two boats.
Yeah.
Very evenly matched. Today we saw something we thought was quite significant. The boat to leeward managing to claw its way up very close to the boat to windward, going upwind.
It's more on, it's a great observation, because I think it's actually more on port tack as you're coming into the beach. There's a little bit of a leeward boat effect with the wind. And, if you go to the Wayback Machine, we saw a very similar characteristic in Valencia. And you see a very characteristic, racing the 52s here. That leeward right side is reasonably strong, and there's a crossover when you get far enough offshore that you don't get an acceleration down the beach. But it's very subtle. But in these boats, when you're going the speeds that they're going, it happens reasonably quickly.
What are the parameters that the guys are playing with on the boats? What are you changing other than just the sail trim? I guess cant angle, that sort of thing?
Yeah. Again, it's another good question, because there's so many variables, and we're trying really hard to probably keep as much of the stuff locked in, and each adjustment is a quantifiable one, be it a cant angle or a sheet tension or a ride height, or one known. So every single time that we make an adjustment, you can quantify it in the performance of the boat. But Mother Nature's Mother Nature, and the thing that's awesome about these boats is you sail in a half a knot more wind speed, and it's exponentially that much better. It's not just a half a knot of boat speed. The boats accelerate, they go faster, and so it's fun to see, and it's fun to watch. It's impressive when you contemplate where we've come from with two boat testing in the Wayback Machine and the version 5 boats, and where you end up. I think our last week we did over 250 miles in 3 days, in only like 3.5 hours of sailing a day. So it's not like you're doing a lot of hours, but you're covering a lot of miles. So yeah, it's good.
Fantastic, Terry. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Just grab that off.